What's up, everybody? It is your girl, Jab Queen Boxer, and we are back for yet another one. I want to talk to y'all a little bit about the upcoming fight announcement that we got earlier today. Jaron Ennis versus Usima Lima. This is a WBA super welterweight eliminator that will take place in October in Philly. Now, obviously, this comes after the news that Boots re-signed a multi-fight extension with Matchroom Boxing. Now, for those of us who have been following this situation or who are just generally fans of Boots, you know that he recently made the jump from 147 pounds to 154 after a successful unification fight against Stanionis. Since entering the super welterweight division, there has been so much back and forth, mainly with Eddie and Oscar, Eddie and Virgil's team. I mean, recently, Eddie prematurely, in my opinion, announced a fight between Boots and Virgil. He said it was going to take place in either January or February of 2026, right? Virgil, obviously, he's the WBC interim, I believe, champ. So we all like, oh yes, finally this fight gets to happen. It's been so much talk about this fight for a few years now. But Virgil's manager, Rick, I think Milgram, something like that, he's like, not so fast, basically. He's calling this fake news. Now, they're stating that Boots' team, meaning Eddie, had not contacted them in regards to a fight at all. Now, what I found interesting was that he said they had agreed to fight Boots 3 times before, and Boots backed out. This is what they're alleging, right? There wasn't like anything going wrong with the negotiations, so that was dead on the water. Now, obviously, Boots gets all the criticism for this failed negotiations or whatever the hell is taking place, right? The drama comes from a long string of failed negotiations, fueling both of their fires, and obviously people starting to call Boots a duck. Boots himself has made a statement in regards to this.
Hearn said that y'all reached out for a possible fight in August, and Vergil said that he would be available. I think he might be coming off of an injury or something like that. Mm-hmm. But is that a fight that can be made in the future?
Most definitely. That's the fight. Definitely can be. That's the fight everybody wants to see.
Now, I'm not really sure why this fight has not manifested yet. I do remember, I think it was when Vergil was at 147, he was struggling to make the weight. So he had to move up to 154 pounds. This was in 2023. He had some sort of like health issues or something like that. Now, Boots obviously stayed there and became unified in June, this past June, right? And now he's moved up to 154. He vacated his belts, all of that to move completely up to 154. So it appears as he's having difficulties finding fights. Their other champions look to be busy or are injured themselves. So I get it, right? Like, we want to see him in a big fight at 154, but he is just moving to this division. In my opinion, I don't see anything wrong with taking an acclimation fight. We have some other fighters fighting at catchweights before they move to a completely different division. So I don't see anything wrong with him taking an acclimation fight, getting himself used to that weight, moving with that weight, getting to see his punch resistance at 154 pounds. I'm not really sure what everybody has their panties in a bunch about, but that's just my personal opinion. Also, I do not like the fact that they're trying to frame Vergil Ortiz as if he's some sort of monster that Jaron Ennis needs to be afraid of. I do not see it that way. I don't think that he really has any type of smoke for Jaron Ennis. I could be 100% wrong. I doubt it. But at the end of the day, the man just moved to 154 pounds. He just fought in June. So I'm really not sure what all the rush is about. Y'all seem to be doing that a lot with some of these boxers, continuing just what's next, what's next, what's next. He just fought, bro, like literally 2 months ago. He just made the weight jump to 154 pounds. Let him get in there, see who's available to rock. After this particular fight, let's see what other choices he makes in the division. These guys also have to be willing to fight him. You have to keep that in mind as well. Also, keep in mind the fact that Eddie Hearn and Oscar De La Hoya do not like each other. So I would not put it past Oscar making this a difficult fight to be made. Meanwhile, trying to shape the narrative. Now, if what Virgil's management team said that Eddie never made them an offer, well, then maybe Boots needs to have a conversation with Eddie Hearns, because it seems to be a lot of that going along, well, going around this particular subject and this particular fighter. It's always some sort of backlash towards Boots Ennis, and I just don't understand why we got no smoke for Eddie Hearns. But that's just my personal opinion. I personally am going to wait to see what happens until after this fight with Lima, to see who else, he's able to get in the ring. Obviously, we want to see him fight the champions. Moving forward, after he gets his acclamation fight, this one or two or whatever the case may be. And then we can see what he really does at the 154-pound division. I do know that a lot of the champions are either hurt or busy at the time. I do not think, although I like Xander Zayas, I don't think that he is ready for the caliber of fighter that Jaron Boots Ennis is. Um, but I'm not going to come down too hard on him. I think we should just wait and see what happens after this particular fight and see who else he can get in the ring. But that's all I got for y'all. I just wanted to kind of give my opinion on what I see going on here lately between Eddie and Oscar, and Virgil's team, so on and so forth. But until next time, y'all know what to do. Catch me on a panel.